This is Datila, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Wednesday, November 27, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about AEW Dynamite. So tonight's Dynamite was Dynamite Thanksgiving Eve, and we had a few things happen tonight. We had the start of the Continental Classic, and we also had a segment with Mercedes Monè. Let's start off talking about this segment with Mercedes Monè. So as we all know, she had Kamille as her bodyguard. And over the last couple of weeks, Monè has been bossing Kamille around. At Fulger, she had her stay in the back during her match with Chris Statlander. And so I've been speculating that this was going to lead to Kamille turning on Mercedes Monè and eventually taking that TBS title off of her. So while Mercedes Monè, she was being interviewed by Tony Schiavone, she put over Chris Statlander by saying that she proved to be one of the best in the ring. And she calls herself the greatest TBS champion. Now, she attempts to fire Kamille, but Kamille interrupts her and she basically quits on her. So now what I think is going to happen is I think probably at World's End, we're going to get Kamille versus Mercedes Monè. It's November 27th and World's End is December 28th. So they got about a month to build this. I think they can do it in a month, but I definitely do think Kamille's going to be the one to take that TBS title off of her. So tonight's Dynamite kicked off with the Hurt Syndicate. It was MVP cutting a promo before Shelton Benjamin's match, and he's basically talking about Sir Strickland and about how when he hands someone a business card, they have the opportunity to join them, and they should be smart about it. He basically says that they're here to take titles and then use the titles for money and more power. And what they do is hurt people. So this leads into the Continental Classic Blue League first round match. Is Mark Briscoe versus Shelton Benjamin. And we have a stare down with Bobby Lashley. Mark Briscoe is in. That was kind of caught my attention because I didn't think that would happen. So this is a decent match. Shelton Benjamin is victorious, of course. And at the end, he celebrates with Shelton Benjamin and MVP. Because you have to remember, during the rules of this tournament, everybody's banned from ringside. So, Shelton Benjamin won. With the Ring of Honor World Title match, Chris Jericho versus Tomohiro Ishii. So this is a rematch, and this match is also taking place 2 years. I think 2 years to the date or 2 years after the date when Chris Jericho first beat Tomohiro Ishii. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the learning tree in this whole learning tree gimmick, as you guys know, but this was a pretty decent match. I did enjoy the match. I think my favorite spot in this match was when Tomohiro Ishii did the codebreaker to Chris Jericho. So we get a Swerve Strickland interview, and he's basically talking about how Bobby Lashley gave him the beating of, he's never been hit that hard by somebody in his life. And he gets interrupted by Max Caster. If you guys remember, MVP gave Max Caster a business card. And so Max Caster brings up the fact that the Acclaim took the tag titles off of Swerve and Our Glory in the same arena. And so Swerve Strickland attacks Max Caster after he drops some bars on him. So I wonder if this means Max Caster is joining the Hurt Syndicate, or if this is the end of the Acclaim. So I'd be very curious to see what this is leading to. But it seems like he might join the Hurt Syndicate. Maybe not as a member, but maybe as an acquaintance. We have to wait and see. We got a Hangman Adam Page promo, and he makes his point clear. He wants that AEW World Title, and he explains why he came out at the end of Full Gear. So you guys remember, at the very end of Full Gear, he confronted Jon Moxley, and he says that he kept his deal. He kept his end of the deal. They called out Christian Cage for not keeping his end of the deal, which I'm assuming was Christian Cage cashing in and winning the world title. He talks about how the title should have never been Swerve's, Bryan's, or Christian Cage, because the title has and will always be his. So Jay White interrupts. You guys know Jay White beat Hangman Adam Page at Forkin. He also beat him at Wrestle Dream. He brings up the fact that in their both matches, Hangman Adam Page lost. So the only person who deserves an opportunity at the title is him. Pac attacks Jay White, and the Death Riders attack Hangman. Marina Shafir comes out with that briefcase, and she hits Hangman with it. And John Moxley saves Marina Shafir from Jay White. And Marina takes down Jay White and puts him to sleep, which I thought was interesting because, like, are they trying to turn... Well, I don't want to say they're copying WWE, but are they trying to turn her into their to AEW's version of Rhea Ripley? Because, Rhea Ripley, she's attacked Dom. So you have to make it believable. I think this is the first time she attacks a guy. So, I mean, I personally wouldn't mind it. You just gotta make it... I hope it makes her... like, I guess you could say a badass. Because, like, I haven't been a big fan of Marina Shafir, so hopefully this works out for her. So far, I am liking her being with the Death Riders, but her attacking, like, guys and being, like, an enforcer, I think I can get with that. As long as, again, like, make it believable. She did it to Jay White, so let's see who she does it to next. The Death Riders all attack Jay White, and Pac whacks Jay White with the briefcase. So interesting. So it's the Death Riders not only attacked Hangman Adam Page, they also attacked Jay White. So we have to wait and see what the deal is with Hangman. We get the Continental Classic Gold League. This is Ricochet versus Claudio Castagnoli. This is another good match. I actually really like this. Like, Claudio Castagnoli won, and Ricochet ended up taking another loss here. But I thought it was a decent match. And I'll show the scores at the end. So we get an interview with Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis, and basically they're talking about Will Ospreay and how Kyle Fletcher is going to prove he's better than Will Ospreay by winning this Continental Classic. Adam Cole cuts a promo, which once again he challenges MJF to a match. MJF declines. Kyle O'Reilly also wants a match with MJF. And so basically, that Dynamite Diamond Ring, there's going to be another Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. And so Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly declare themselves for that Battle Royal. I just feel like, I don't know if they'll win the Diamond, but I do definitely think that we're going to get MJF versus Adam Cole at World's End. So you have to wait and see. But it'll be interesting to see if anybody else outside MJF wins this Battle Royal. Because ever since this Battle Royal started, he's won. So we'll have to wait and see. We get a Wrestle Dynasty International Women's Cup semifinals match. Jamie Hayter versus Queen Aminata. So the winner of this, I just think there's going to be like 4 representatives. One from AEW, one from Ring of Honor, one from CMLL, and one from Stardom that are going to face each other in a 4-way at Wrestle Dynasty. So Jamie Hayter is victorious, and then the lights go on, and there's a light on stage. So obviously Julia Hart is playing mind games with Jamie Hayter. She's been playing mind games over the last couple of weeks with Jamie Hayter. So it seems like they're setting up a feud with Julia Hart and Jamie Hayter. We get a Mina Shirakawa interview, and she's talking about Mariah May, how she's not surprised that Mariah May did that to her, considering that she did it to Toni Storm, so it was only a matter of time. So Mariah May attacks Mina, and we're going to get Mina versus Mariah at Winter is Coming for the title. So I kind of thought this would be like a continuation of All About Eve, because if you've seen that movie, at the end of All About Eve, Eve gets her own Eve. So I kind of thought Mina was going to play the role here, but that would require Mariah May being a face. Or actually, no, because that would mean Mina would want the title from Mariah May. She's never really made or shown that she wanted that title from Mariah May. We get the Continental Classic Gold League match. It's Brody King versus Darby Allin. And, Brody King is victorious, and then at the end, Claudio comes out. So this is what the lead looks like. Shelton is on the blue league. Okada, Kyle, Daniel Garcia, Mark Briscoe, and the Beast Mortos. And on the gold league, so far we have Claudio and Brody King, each with a 3-point victory. I think it's interesting that Will Ospreay and Okada, who's the reigning champion, are on opposite brackets, because that leads me to believe that they're going to be the final two. Because, we've had Will Ospreay versus Okada, but we haven't had that in AEW. And why do I think that they're going to be the final two and that's going to be the match? Why do I think? I honestly think that probably Ospreay will be the one to win that Continental title. Although I wouldn't mind it, but I still think that somebody else could also win it too. Like maybe call Fletcher. But we have to wait and see. But I'm pretty sure, at least in my opinion, the final two are going to be Okada and are going to be Will Ospreay. Okada and Will Ospreay for that Continental title. Honestly think that. Alrighty, so that is it for this review. Over on a scale from a 1 to a Shawn Spears perfect 10. This is an okay Dynamite. I really like the Shelton Bedroom match. I did like a lot of these Continental Classic matches. Really like the Hangman Adam Page stuff. Just wasn't a huge fan of Chris Jericho. So, I'd give this a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty decent Dynamite. But with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you can notify whenever I go live or release a new video. And as far as tomorrow is concerned, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so I won't be doing a review for TNA, as there is no TNA Impact tomorrow. So I'll see you guys Friday on Body Slam as I cover TNA Turning Point. I will not be covering Friday Night SmackDown. Bye.